Tucson right now.
Yo, what it do? It's your boy Zigzag SB Riders. You know what it is. It's the AZ side. Bar Talk, you know what it is.
Yo, what up? Earn dollars from 97.5 The Vibe. Shout out to Bar Talk TV.
Bar Talk TV, that's where it's at.
Yo, it's your boy DJ Jamar. I'm out here at Bar Talk TV. And my people, we just did something big. It's Bar Talk TV and this bitch Terrell Matheny signing out.
Yo, it's your main man, Richard Lee. I am me, City Boys West, Bar Talk TV.
What's up, man? Your boy California Smoke a Lot Radio. Oh my mama! Shouts out to Bar Talk TV. Motherfucker, y'all better tune in.
Hey guys, one and only bartender, Daniela Ramon.
X and PL1 CIT explicit.
Yo, what's good? Jacob Romo.
You are now watching Bar Talk TV.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to Bar Talk TV. I'm Explicit, season 5.
Jacob Romo, what's up? What's good?
Who are you?
Smiley G.
Oh my God, we got another special guest in the house tonight. You know the drill. Get your drink, get in sync. It's time to have a toast with your favorite podcast, Bar Talk TV. How you guys doing tonight?
Oh, fabulous.
Pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good.
Hell yeah. What's going on, Black Sea?
Oh man, chilling, man. You know, just happy to be back in the game, man, making moves, you know.
Hey, we're happy to see it, man. I've been a lifelong fan of RBL Posse. Definitely had a lot of the kickback parties, bumping growing up. I remember my ditch parties, everybody bumping that, you know, Bluebird, Bammer Weed, all those joints. I know you love the Bammer Weed tracks the most, Smiley.
Yeah, Smiley Green, ain't no Bammer Weed. We go hand in hand together, man.
Right.
Love playing that shit.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining Bar Talk TV, brother. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what up, everybody? This is D Breezy with Bar Talk TV, and I got the owner here of Pecans, Wings and Things. So, Jeremiah, what sets you apart from all these other wing places out here?
I would say it's my flavors, and not just my flavors, but also how I make them. First things off top is that I do make all my sauces from scratch. So, you know, daily, made to order daily. No sauces get kept overnight, you know. And to me, with the chicken wings at the beginning, is anybody can drop a chicken wing in some grease or put them on the grill, but to me, it's all about the sauce. And my sauces are made from scratch. On top of that, I feel, you know, it's just my flavors, you know. Michelada wings.
Michelada wings?
Michelada wings.
I want to try those.
So Michelada wings, I got the cilantro lime jalapeno wings. I got bacon wrap wings. Birria wings. Birria wings. Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's the flavor, you know, it's just doing something different that you're not seeing, that you can't get from anywhere else around us right now. So, you know, that's what I feel would set me apart right now from, you know, all these other wing places.
Yeah, I agree. So, Jeremiah, tell us, where can we find these wings at?
It's going to be 20% military discount. You guys will be the first to know.
Bar Talk TV, y'all.
Appreciate you being here and taking your time out today, man. For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. So one thing I would like to know right off the bat here is where were you born and raised at? Let's let everybody know. Assuming they've never heard of you. You know, millions of people have heard of you.
Right. Born and raised in San Francisco by way of Hunters Point, by way of Harbor Road. Hunters Point is a community. It's like right on the edge of the water. You can look right over to Oakland, and the neighborhood I'm from in Hunters Point is called Harbor Road. So that's where I was, like I say, I was groomed at.
Nice.
What are some other rappers from San Francisco and the Bay Area that either grew up listening to or while you were in the process of becoming a rapper that inspired you?
San Francisco, I would probably have to say for sure IMP, Cool Nut, Ill Manner Posse, Huey MC, Rapping Forte, of course. And Budweiser, my boy Budweiser. He was the one that influenced me to go get the music. I mean, go get the equipment and start doing music. So definitely him. And when we had others around in my neighborhood too, like ATC, they a touch of class. They was from like that. They had a LL Cool J early rock the bells type style. DJ. Two MCs with a DJ scratching like crazy on the mic and stuff like that. So they was in my neighborhood. They was from my neighborhood, and we used to go up and watch them do their thing. So I would say those would be the ones that was most influential as far as to me from San Francisco. Even though we was influenced by other artists too, but as far as San Francisco, I would have to say them.
All right, nice. Who was your favorite rapper growing up?
Favorite rapper growing up, it would probably have to be like Ice Cube and MC Ren. Them was like, them was them two. It started with Cube, but MC Ren kind of grew on me. And also D-Loc from 415, him and Richie Rich and them, but mainly D-Loc. D-Loc and Ice Cube. D-Loc reminded me of Ice Cube. He just was a little bit different. I could relate to him a whole lot more because he was from the Bay Area. And yeah, he was just one of them ones that just kind of made me want to rap. But
yeah,
besides
that,
Forte,
man, love Rapping Forte. Remember the song Players Club, and he dropped that line. I'd rather kick it with the crew in Arizona because they chop game like we do in California. Wow. When I first heard that line, it made me lose my mind. I was like, oh, he's showing love to AZ.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, man. Forte, that's like my brother, man, from another mother. Me and him real close. He used to always be in our neighborhood hanging out, even though he's from Fillmore. His family stayed in Hunters Point, and he used to always be in my neighborhood hanging out, man. And that's my guy to this day. We always chop it up, and I'm one of the ones who kind of helped him get over there at Ragtop Records with the deal that he got. There was the twins, Gary and Guy, Fly and Guy, man. Basically, they pretty much brought Forte to their older brother Frankie J, and I'm the one made that happen. But people don't know that, I put them together, and the rest was history with Forte.
Hey, that's the kind of information we get on Bar Talk TV. We appreciate you sharing that story. You tell Rapping Forte that Bar Talk set it up for sure.
For sure that. Yeah.
You got a question?
So how old were you when you started, or when you started getting interested in music?
I was probably fresh out of log cabin, so I was probably like 17 when I first got into it. When I got out the little juvenile detention center, I was I was like 17, going on 18, and that's when I went and bought the equipment, and me and Budweiser and us, started getting busy from there. So about 17. But I mean, I always was into music. My mom used to have her speaker outside the door. They playing dominoes, blasting the music, playing Sugar Hill Gang and stuff like that. Roger, Zap Roger, Parliament, Funkadelic, all that. So it was, it was already. It just had to come out.
And that music, that generation of music, was like the foundation of hip hop.
Exactly. And it was a big part of our first album.
Yeah, I love Zap and Roger.
Computer Love,
Do Why Diddy, Mo Bounce to the House.
Exactly.
What is one of your greatest memory of your partner Hitman that was in the group?
R.I.P.
Hitman, man, he was just a funny guy, jokes for days, like how he was on his albums with all them metaphors and punchlines. That's kind of like how he was in life. He just, his metaphors and punchlines was a little bit different than Mr. C. Mr. C, was real slick with his, but Hitman kind of used a lot of cartoons and movies and stuff like that. He was a little bit more funny and jokey, you know. It was like real jokingly with his lyrics. But yeah, he was a funny guy, man. Good dude, my little brother, and yeah, very solid individual. And
I believe it, just like you, Black
man.
Sea.
Say it again.
I said, just like you, right? We believe it.
For sure that.
It's like a game of pool, man. The solids stick with the solids, right?
Real talk.
Hey, well, I'm here on Bar Talk TV. We like to do a cheers. I'm not sure if you drink or not, but I hope you don't mind us just having a toast to you.
Yeah. I mean, if I'd have knew we was gonna do that, I would probably have something out right now. But yeah, it's up in.
Oh man, we can wait for you if you want to go grab something.
That's cool. You know, matter of fact, I got some wine in the refrigerator. I'll grab some of that.
Yeah, grab some of that wine. I'm gonna see.
I have to out to the gas house and other stuff.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm Dre, the one-legged chef, the one-legged DJ, and this is Dre's Seafood and Barbecue. You can't come here without trying my food. We have my 5-layer barbecue cup. Comes with mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, barbecue baked beans, veggies, nacho cheese on it, your choice of meat, hot Cheetos or regular Cheetos, and also has bacon on it, pulled pork sandwich with Cajun coleslaw, your choice of barbecue sauce with barbecue baked beans, mac and cheese. Next, we have a rib plate with barbecue ribs that are smoked for 8 hours. Low and slow, that's how we like to do it, with mac and cheese and barbecue baked beans. Next, we have my famous New Orleans shrimp broil. You can get the flavors. I got tahini, I got garlic, I got lemon pepper, I got Cajun, I got hot. I can go as hot as you want it. We have my rib and chicken plate. Barbecue chicken, smoked low and slow for 5 hours. Also, you have my ribs that were smoked for 12 hours. You also get mac and cheese and barbecue baked beans. You have New Mexico green chili, nacho cheese, on top of tortilla chips with brisket, jalapeno, spicy barbecue, or original barbecue, my loaded mac and cheese. New Mexico green chili, nacho cheese, mac and cheese with brisket, and your choice of spicy barbecue or original barbecue. I'm letting you know that I'm the original Arizona barbecue. I'm bringing Mexican flavor and barbecue flavor together. They had a baby, and that's where you get Dre's Seafood and Barbecue, the original Arizona barbecue. Little heat, little sweet. We want all the smoke. Bring the smoke.
Black Sea, RBL Posse, Bar Talk TV. I'm Explicit.
Jacob Ramo.
Smiley G.
All right, you know the drill. Get your drink and get in sync. Let's have a cheers to OGs who laid the groundwork for other West Coast rappers to follow them. Some true underground West Coast pioneers of fucking hip hop. To RBL Posse.
Yes, sir.
Cheers. Whoa. I love it. Ooh, time keeps on ticking. I want to know about Bluebird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like that's a staple in the West Coast library of music.
Right.
Right. Any real hip hop, any real West Coast, any real fan of the genre and the culture out here knows that song.
Right.
So I want to know where you were when you recorded it, when you wrote it. Like, paint a picture for us. Like, how'd that song come about, my guy?
Yeah, that song came about with me. I came up with that, you know, I got the Bluebird, the actual hook. There's a bluebird on my shoulder, and I killed it. That came from that was a childhood hide and seek game. You know, we say, you know, there's a bluebird on my shoulder, can I kill it? All the kids say no. Once they done hiding, once the last person, once nobody is saying nothing, then they comes looking for you. But you keep saying no till you find your hiding spot. But yeah, we used to play that when we was young, and I just started to be slick using it and flipping it to talk about the boys in blue, the police.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because when we heard the song growing up, I always assumed you're talking about the Ghetto Bird.
Well, that sort of like that too. A lot of people thought that we was talking about like the Ghetto Bird, like the helicopter in the hood and all that, but we're just talking about the police, period. It's just the boys in blue. They used to wear blue uniforms. Well, they still do in San Francisco. They wear blue uniforms, you know what I mean? So it was always the boy. And we used to call them the boys in blue. Here come the boys in blue. So that's where the Bluebird came from. So it wasn't really like I was talking about just a helicopter or nothing like that. But, you know, if it's a police helicopter, for sure, we talking about it, you know. But yeah, Mr. C didn't even like that song, to be honest with you. I mean, he didn't like it when I was telling him the hook. And I was like, yeah, I'm finna do this song called Bluebird. And I was letting him hear the hook, and he was just like, yeah, that could be your solo. I'm kind of cool. He didn't care for it until he came in and he heard that beat I made to it, and then he heard me in there doing the hook. Then he heard my verse, my first verse, and once I opened it up, I seen him with his pad out writing. And when I came back, he was like, bro, that's dope as hell. He's like, I gotta get on this. And that's why I got the first two verses. Then he come in and he
that makes sense. That makes sense. Like, what happened?
Yeah, I had another third verse I was gonna drop on it, but I ended up letting him get on it. So, but yeah, he is about to miss out on the classic.
For sure. That shit still bangs, my guy. Still bangs.
Appreciate it.
So you mentioned you're back in the game. What kind of projects you got coming up?
You know, last year I dropped the Black Caesar project. That's out right now, doing good. The single did great with Larry June. You know, that thing did numbers. This new album I got right now is called Heavy in It. It's like 12 tracks, all bangers. And the album I got some surprises on this one for some features. There's only like 4 of them, but they some nice ones. You know, of course, Nephew gonna be on there, Larry June, but you know, I got some other ones that I'm gonna wait until it drop to surprise people. They're gonna be like, "Whoa, okay." You know, he collab with him. Like, okay. So I'm yeah, man. I got that going on top of my book I'm pushing right now. That just dropped last week. So I've been pushing that. You know, a part of Survival from the Block to the Booth is available now online. And at our website and on our web store. So yeah, man, that's just really what I've been doing lately, just trying to get that stuff going on top of the shows that we got coming in. You know, we working.
What was the name of that book?
It's called Black Sea, a part of Survival from the Block to the Booth.
Damn.
Nice.
I can't wait to read it. It's available on Amazon, you said?
Nah, right now it's just on the website on RBLPosse.com.
RBLPosse.com. Y'all got to go to RBLPosse.com. Listen to all our fans and supporters.
Sir.
RBLPosse.com. Go read this man's book. I'm sure it'll inspire you. If not you, I bet you know somebody who needs to read it. I can guarantee it.
Yeah,
sure.
Book dope. I've been getting a lot of love back about this book. A lot of people have been surprised about how good it was, which, you know, and it's based on a true story. And there are a lot of people, they just like, man, you know, because I deep dive into everything, the relationship with the fallout with my neighborhood, the relationship with, you know, how I met Mr. C and all that. I really deep dive into a lot of stuff. The murder of Mr. C, the murder of Hitman, all that stuff, how we dealt with it, all the, you know, just all the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, the deals that we had with Atlantic Records, with Intermittent Records, you know, the gang banging stuff that we went through, me losing my eye, all the stuff. Like it's just been a lot of stuff that I got up in there that I talk about a little bit, I speak on, but I never really did a deep dive on everything. Yeah, in here I kind of break every situation down.
Man, I'm looking forward to reading it. All facts, man. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna reach back out to you, let you know what I think, my guy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So how many hours you think you've put in the studio before?
Man, I don't know. I lost track. It's been 30 years, man, since our first album. even before that, that's just 30 years professionally. That's when the album dropped in 92. But you know, I was working on music since like 1990. So, you know, I'd say 32 years, you know, just, you know, ever since I got introduced to music, it's been every day, eat, sleep, drink music. You know what I mean? Every day it's been about music, one way or another, whether it's 2-3 hours or 8 to 12 hours is all music, music related. My day has been like that since 1990,
What artist would you have wished to have done a collab with, whether dead or alive?
Scarface, Ice Cube, and Tupac.
Scarface is hard. Yeah. Those are good three, man. Solid three.
Yeah, I fuck with Ice Cube.
I think Scarface is like one of the most underappreciated, underrated
too,
rappers in history of fucking hip hop.
Yeah. I love Face. Face and Ice Cube is my top two, but then Pac came later on. I really felt Pac. So, I would love them. Them three right there is just dream collabs right there.
Oh, you and me could bump music and talk music all day, Black C, for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Scarface dropped the Ghetto Boys. I mean, that was dope.
Man.
Then he went and did his own thing, the Diary. The Diary was hard.
Man, Untouchable album, man, all that shit.
Oh,
that's my favorite, Untouchable.
Yeah, that's my favorite too, man. He
Still
slapped.
came back pretty dope too with the Fix. The Fix was still dope.
The Fix was nice. All his albums is nice. That's just my favorite one, Untouchable one. But he has some on everything,
Yep.
Every album.
Yeah, The Last of the Dying Breed. I actually like that one a lot too.
Yeah.
Me and his favorites are Tupac right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Tupac, everybody's favorite, man. Shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
For sure.
Yeah. Everybody but Pac, man. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the one thing about Pac's career that we never really got to witness was I wonder how the direction of his new Machiavelli persona and his new Machiavelli direction was going to go, because it seemed like he was going to get more political, involved in politics, and kind of, call out certain aspects of the rap game, and it was pretty wild. It's too bad.
Pac was, man. One thing about Pac, he was going to grow with the time. So one thing I do know is a lot of this goofy, corny shit going on around now. It wouldn't have happened. It would have. Left, it went left. It would have stayed right if Pac was
left. There you go. Exactly.
Once the real ones left the game, it's just kind of like it was like an open door for goofy shit to come in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no skinny jeans here, partner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we don't do that here in
you ain't got no real ones who out there who gonna call a lot of motherfuckers out on that shit. So, that's why I do like motherfuckers like Spice One who get on the interviews and he let motherfuckers
Spiggity yo. Woo!
Spice is definitely vocal.
Yeah, he's vocal.
He got flow too, like a motherfucker.
Just about anybody that says something negative about Pac, Spice will check him right away. He's always just kind of checking fools.
Mm-hmm.
Your new projects that you're working on. Let's talk about that. Any one of those songs stand out above the rest of them?
Yeah, I got a couple. I got one that's called Rainy Day Schedule. That's a dope one. That one is, that one mean a lot to me right there. That one just about it's just like just getting money, man. It's just a get money song. This album, I try to stay away from a lot of that gun clutching, gun busting shit. It's like, man, you get to 50 years old and you just get to get money. It's like I'm happy, own property, motherfucker got grandkids now. It's just like, man, you got to take it to another level. My last album, I stayed away from it a little bit, but I did have a song that was based on my first song. I mean, my sort of like a psycho song on my first album. So I had a song called Rat-a-Tat-Tat on there, but I try to kind of like stay away from that shit and just talk about, just living and, I'm going out taking vacations and, on islands and on boats and doing shit. Like, man, that's the shit I got to start rapping about. Like really elevating my mind and elevating everybody else's mind to like, man, talk about this paper, getting money. And have fun. So that just opened me up to where it's like, okay, we ain't finna just talk about that. That's that young motherfucker shit. I ain't out there clutching and shooting and gang banging and all that shit. No, that shit is over with. It's like I'm really living really good right now, having a time in my life. So we got to talk about that. So that's what this album about. That's why it's called Heavy in It. You know what I mean? Because it's just heavy in the game, just getting money. doing my thing.
Yes, sir.
We need to
I love
start
it.
rapping about our cholesterol and fucking thyroid and shit.
For real though.
Heart disease, no joke.
For real, man. Shit.
Yeah.
I have a question. So what is it? What's your process when it comes to you making like a song? You know, do you just sit back and light up, you know, blunt or take, you know what I mean?
That's pretty much it. I just get in the car. A lot of my ideas come when I'm on the highway, you know. Usually this music, I let the music do the talking. The beat will tell me what to put to it. You know, I just get on the highway, pop the music in. And a lot of times what I do is I just get a lot of the instrumentals. If I like something, I grab it and I throw it into like, okay, this is a might be, you know what I mean? So I have a whole folder and I just call it, you know, new album. And I just put maybe 20 beats up in there. And as I'm listening to them on the highway, the ones that stand out and hooks come, I put them in another folder. And then once I get them in the folder, I start organizing them like if they was a real album before I even got the lyrics on them. So I'm listening to the beats as an album before I even put something to them. And then once, you know, the ideas is all locked in, then I start just dropping the vocals. I just start running through it. And that's always been my process. You know, a lot of times I get ideas from having themed albums. Like a lot of my solo stuff be themed. You know, like my Last Man Standing album, was based on, you know, just you know, the feds coming through, picking up all my homies and my brother and all them, and it was just like me, the last man stuff. So it was just like mobbed out federal beats, and I was just, you know, it was just on a whole nother hype. And then I had the City of Gods, where I had more like that third world sound. I was having a lot of reggae beats and Arabian sounds, and I just wanted a lot of them third world, just other culture sounds up in it. And 70s Baby, of course, was a soulful 70s type album. And the Still Ruthless album, I was just going back to the Ruthless by Law type era where I got all the features. It was like E40, Sibo, San Quinn, and Andre Nicotina, Marvelous, Be Legit. You know, I just got everybody from Mac Mall, got everybody from my era, and kind of put them on it because it was, you know, going back to some of that mob stuff. And then my last album, Black Caesar, was just like, you know, just me reemerging as a new artist, you know, just dealing with the youngsters like Larry June and them, and just coming with a whole nother sound. So, you know, that helps too when I get my titles, and you know, I figure out what I start building around them beats. I got me a title, and you know, I start kind of working off that theme.
Nice.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
As an artist, I want to ask you, but other artists would probably want to know: are you doing features, and how much do you charge for a feature? In case somebody watching.
Yeah, I do features. It just depends. You know, I do features. I start anywhere. You know, I start at $750. I might do something for $500. I might do something for free. You know, it just depends on who you is, how I'm feeling at the time. But for the most part, a lot of the youngsters, I'll be, you know, 500. And, you know, somebody who I don't necessarily really fuck with like that, and they just ask them, it might be 750 to, you know, $800 or something. But yeah, it ain't that expensive, you know. But I've been doing a lot of $500 ones lately, just looking out for people and just, you know, just getting on their shit and making it affordable.
That's love right there, man.
Yeah,
That's nice of you to do that.
You hear that, rapper? Still in the game. He ain't gone nowhere. I know I can't be the only artist who looked up to this man, so y'all better get on it. Hit him up for some features.
Yes, sir.
So how did COVID affect you, and were you kind of hurting financially? Are you just chilling, or?
No, I was actually blessed to be, you know, big shit. I was cool, man. People were streaming a whole lot more. You know, I did a couple of licensing deals during COVID. You know, I actually made quite a bit of money during COVID. It was actually kind of cool. You know, I hated the fact that we were stuck in the house and wasn't going nowhere, trying to figure it out. But it didn't affect me like it affected a lot of other people. You know, we had deals on the table for for a couple movies like the show Blackish. They used Bammer weed in one of their episodes.
That's true. Yeah.
No, we used well, it was a spinoff show called Grownish, not the Blackish, but it was their daughter that went to college and she got a spinoff show called Grownish. They used Bammer weed. We had Wiz Khalifa at the time doing a deal with him for Bammer weed. And then we had I Got My Nine in the show, a Netflix show, a day and a night or something like that. So
that's another classic. Yeah.
Yeah, so we yeah, it was cool, man. It was some pretty big deals, nice publishing. You know, they gave me nice advances. So yeah, I was cool. I didn't really have to do nothing. Plus the streaming was going good to where Empire, you know, them checks was coming through nonstop and people were sitting in the house and they were streaming a lot more, you know. So yeah, it worked. It didn't really affect me as much as it did people who actually had a 9 to 5 or something like that. So yeah, I was cool, and plus I was saving money. Wasn't nothing open. You couldn't do nothing. So
yeah,
we were just sitting in the bank. You know, I was just chilling.
Yeah.
I have another question. What type of sacrifices have you put into the games for you to get to where you are today?
Man, really, no. The only sacrifice I would say is just time. You know, you just be in the studio, and I don't get the time I usually need. Was getting like with my older kids. You know, I was in the studio a lot. Like my younger kids is benefit now. You know, my two older ones, my 31-year-old and my 22-year-old, they didn't really get a chance to. I mean, they went on trips and we did stuff, but they didn't get me at home like I am now. You know, a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I was out gone because it was hot at the time. So all during, you know, the adolescent years, they being younger, they didn't. I was there, but I was gone a lot. A lot of the weekends I'd gone doing shows, come home, and they get what they want, but they didn't get to spend the quality time like I am with my younger ones I am now.
Yeah.
I would say that's really the only sacrifice is time. Everything else, man. I didn't really have to sacrifice.
Biggest sacrifice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Time away from the kids is like, because they're only kids once in their life.
Exactly.
Once their childhood is gone, it is gone. Before you know it, they're adults, and they stay adults for the rest of their life. So any kind of piece of that childhood you lose, it's so precious. As a father who's making sacrifices amongst men who are fathers who make sacrifices, trust me, man, we feel you, bro.
Yeah. That's really the only thing I had to sacrifice was that time. But they understand now, especially now. They living good. They benefited financially, but they happy that their younger siblings get the benefit, and they get it now. So
yeah,
for sure.
Any of them rapping yet?
Nah, I was trying to make sure none of them really rapped, man. My daughter wanted to sing. I just was like, man, we need some for show money. This shit too iffy for you to be trying to play with it. I didn't want her, trying. I said, do it. If you having fun with it, that's fine. But you just trying to give up school, you leave medical school and do all that stuff to try to. Nah, that's not gonna happen. But do it as a hobby. Do it on your side gig. The studio here at home. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You can always go in there and play with that shit. But do it for fun. But all that trying to, really say, oh, I'm finna become an artist and that's all I'm finna do is just really try to go get vocal coaches and do. Nah, I wasn't trying to add that. Nah.
I'm gonna be on The Voice, Daddy.
Yeah,
you are. Take you back to school.
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be at class?
You got on one of them programs. That's the only way it was gonna happen if she got on a, American Idol or The Voice or something. But just trying to come in the studio and do it now.
Cool.
Yeah, man.
For the next generation artist that wants to do and get into the position that you are in, and have all that, what words of advice or inspiration would you give them?
Just like I would tell my kids, I wouldn't quit. Don't quit your day job nowadays. You know what I mean? Just stay. If you is doing it, just stay consistent, man. That's all. Consistency pays off. You just stay consistent. Don't get all frustrated and flustered and get mad because people not listening to your music, and they might be listening to somebody who you feel like is weaker than you. You just got to stay at it. Sometimes the big payday or the big payoff comes 4, 5, 6, 7 years in. I look at Larry June, who is the man right now in the Bay Area. Ain't nobody pretty much bigger than him right now in this Bay Area. La Russell coming up, but he been doing it since like 06, 05, 06, and he didn't get his break to maybe like 2018. You know what I mean? So you just never know. You just got to stay at it. He stayed at it, kept grinding, and now he's taking off. So I would just say, just stay consistent and do it out of love. Don't do it to try to come in and just like, oh, I'm gonna blow up. I want to be like, Drake. I want to get paid and be able to buy jewelry and do. If you do it out of love, do it on your spirit. Sometimes it just happens, man. And once you're doing it and you love doing it, you get paid for it. You'll never work a day in your life.
Yep. Do what you love and call it work.
Definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
You never working.
Advice, man. That was deep. That was real. I love it. That's absolutely right. Stay consistent. Stay who you are. And
exactly.
Anything real, anything built to last, it's gonna show. It's gonna speak for itself.
Yep.
Real talk. Yep.
Stay solid, right? It's like a game of pool. The solids stick with the solids.
You want to take that last shot?
Yeah, let's take one more shot. You guys and your lemons. Cheers.
That's what we do. We take shots.
For everyone here today and everyone we lost along the way.
Yeah, everyone here today.
Yes,
everyone we lost along the way. Bar Talk TV. I'm explicit. XPI1CIT, the explosive poet living one chapter in time. Thanks for tuning in.
Jacob Romo.
Bar Talk TV, season 5. Much love, Black CA. Give some shout outs before we cut it.
Yeah, shout out to all the fans, all the supporters, man. Shout out to Empire, man, for being that distribution for me for the past 15 years, man, being solid. And like I say, shout out to the fans, man. That's really, who I owe this to, man. They've been supporting over years with my loved ones passing away and the whole nine, man. They've been there.
If you'd like to be on our next episode, just inbox us for details. Thanks for tuning in.